Hello, welcome to this special edition of Norfolk Now. Today we're going to be looking at a martial art which is also a form of dance, and we're going to see Norwich City Hall as it's never looked before. But first, Great Yarmouth had a narrow escape earlier today when a mechanical failure forced a helicopter bound for the North Sea gas platform to ditch on marshland near Braden Water, just outside the town. Thanks to the skills of the pilot Chris, however, the 5 passengers on board all escaped unhurt. Michelle Priest is talking to the pilot now.
Thank you, Tom. Chris, I wonder if you can tell us a little bit about what happened to you earlier today.
Yeah, for sure. Basically, we had a routine flight out to the platform. We had good visibility. All the controls on the helicopter seemed to be working well. Suddenly, the instrument panel failed. Initially, your thoughts are, what are we going to do next? But the training kicked in as it would expect to. It's important to remain calm, keep the aircraft stable, and then to inform the people we were taking out at the time, the workers, that we might have to ditch into the sea.
Goodness, and what were the first signs that something was going wrong? At what point did you realise?
I think it just came on very suddenly. I was at one moment just really planning to bring the helicopter down. I was planning just the routine, sending in the calls into the platform. Make the instrument panel went dead.
Indeed. And how about your passengers? How did they respond?
I think in those cases, really just I'm reassuring them that I can land the helicopter. And hopefully that's what we all would expect to do, and want to make sure that we are able to remain calm in that situation. We did. The passengers were good. I think, and so on and so forth. Goodness
me, it sounds as though the training really paid off. And thank you very much for speaking to us today, Chris.
It's a pleasure.
Handing back to you in the studio, Tom.
Thanks for that. Now, martial arts can be a safe way to let off steam with nobody getting hurt. But one increasingly popular form from Latin America even looks so much like dance as it does combat. It's called capoeira, and members of the Durham Martial Arts Academy came into the studio earlier to show us how it's done. And while they were here, Neil Cook explained the origins of the sport.
It developed through back in time where the slaves weren't allowed to practice any sort of martial arts or fighting, because if they were found that, then they could rebel. So they had to hide it in a form of dance. So as it is now, it is all done to music. Without music, there is no capoeira. The music dictates what happens. So for example, you would start off in a slow, the music would be a steady beat, and as it would pick up, so would the players, as they're called. All the moves did have application, so if you trained them for kicking, then they do work. That is what other elements do, but most of the modern people keep it as a play. You'll find they're never actually going to hit each other, but when a kick does come up, they won't make the contact. It definitely takes the art part of martial arts.
Ah, the art of capoeira. Now, here's Kerry with the weather forecast.
Hi, get ready for some wintry weather. The rest of the day we'll see clear but chilly spells with some wintry showers. It's going to feel rather cold. Tonight the showers will die out. Western areas have a dry, cold, clear night. In the east it will be warmer but misty with patches of fog towards dawn. And the outlook for tomorrow, showers in the east will clear and there will be some sunshine for a time. However, further showers are likely later, becoming heavy and wintry, perhaps giving a dusting of snow. So wrap up well. That's the weather.
Thanks. Finally, students at Norwich University College of Arts were commissioned by HEART, that's the Heritage Economic and Restoration Trust, to make a series of films looking at 12 of the most important buildings in Norwich. The idea was to see the sites through the eyes of young filmmakers, and some of the films show familiar buildings as they've never been seen before. Here's how 2 students interpreted Norwich City Hall. Well, that's just weird. Well, that's all from Norfolk Now. So for today, see you soon. Bye-bye. Keep in touch.